February in New Haven, Connecticut, half the time. The other time, I got to say, I see some flurries coming down right now. So that doesn't surprise me. It's Yale, Villanova. We count on bad weather.
High 30s might not be cold enough for any kind of snow to stick. As Luke Raymond, Lucas Newton, and Nick Lucchese is your top midfield line. Matt Licata, here he is, number 10 at X, with Colin Mishner and David Link. As your attack and winding up from distance is Luke Raymond, the Annapolis native, puts it in.
Really nice shot, upper shelf. Luke just let that fly from about 15 yards, and that's a great start for Villanova.
He's always been a good off-ball, taking the face-off out of your favorite school, Malvern Prep.
There he is. Yeah, he's a Malvern Prep kid. We talked about him with Coach Shea on the call. He was a wrestler up there, and that's a pretty nice, he loses the face-off, but he was actually in the game there. So exciting for him.
Very cool. I got to see Waymeyer play last year. Malvern Prep loaded every year, of course. And Villanova's attack, David Link. You got to have a Del Barton guy out there every year, right? The Del Barton tradition continues.
Here we go. David Link just comes right down the alley and lets one fly. The Del Barton connection continues here at Villanova University. And that is a big goal to go up 2-0 here early for Villanova. 2 face-off wins, 2 shots, 2 goals. Good start.
You got to like the defense as well for Yale. Maybe a little bit more powerful on offense, but the short sticks are all new. He got a short stick there, ran by him.
Yep.
Not a bad start. Teams always get better in the second.
And this is a start I really like. So you go back to Machado here, and Sandoval a little bit more of a scrap, and Yale gets their first face-off win.
Machado Rodriguez was 61% last year. Preseason All-American. He was 6th in the country in face-off percentage. He's played a lot against Villanova, 55% facing off in his career against the Cats for Machado Rodriguez.
And an absolute ground ball machine. I think he was number 1 in the country in ground balls with 9 per game. Really solid ground ball guy. He picks everything up. He doesn't miss.
He saw 13. Welcome back, Brad Sharp. Here's 48 in blue with a turn, fire, and an easy score for Max Krevsky, the senior out of Harrisburg.
Yeah, we talked about him a little bit with Coach, too. You don't see a lot of guys out of Harrisburg that play at this high of a level. You got to give him a lot of credit. But he's just playing good one-on-one. Gets a little space, turns back here. Fires a nice solid shot from about 12 yards out. It's a tough one to stop.
When they won their national championship, and Ben Reeves. But now it's been more offense nowadays as that one whistles high on a bullet from Colin Mishner.
Just missed that upper corner. A real rocket from Michener. That's a take they're looking for. About 12.5 yards out. Step down in.
Here's another peek at it. He has one of the hardest shots in the history of this program.
Just rips it.
Penn Charter boys for both of the Mishners. Their dad played here at Villanova. Here's a nice skip pass. Ball work. Goal. Well done, Villanova.
You got to be patient on man up, and that's exactly what Villanova did here. They waited, they waited, they waited. Get the open guy. Somebody's going to slide. Someone's going to scoot a little bit further. You'll see this low defenseman on the right side. Just scooch up a little bit. There he goes. Okay, here we go. Can't time recover, and the shot's good.
There is Quentin Siepel's first career goal, the sophomore out of Deerfield Academy in New Hampshire. At times you might, obviously the new rule will be a factor. I think it's very much going to be a story in a big playoff game that's going down to the wire in April or May, Enrique, when you can't have your star take a face-off if he jumps on the previous one. As that ball sails away, new rule, you can't kick it here. You can only push it if you're a defender over the midway line. As Yale winds up with it, and they might get an unsettled break here. They dump it down, and Leo Johnson puts it away. Welcome back, lefty Leo. Boom.
Really unlucky. Villanova had the ball in their stick up at the midfield line, just got it stripped, it trickled up there, and then they find themselves in an unsettled situation, and Yale makes a couple quick passes, and next thing you know, it's in the back of the net.
Leo Johnson now has a point in all 33 games of his career. He's now scored a goal in 30 of 33 that he's been available. Unsettled, beautiful finish.
Back up, and we'll start with it back here at X.
Here's Villanova They'll try that play again with David Link, starting attackman. Villanova retrieves it with Tyler Bowes, 26, who's gotten better and better through the years. Gets past his matchup with the shorty, as Villanova has only 16 left on the timer. Matt Licata through. Conrad makes the stop on Colin Mishner. No, they rolled in for a goal.
Wow.
Lucky break for Villanova.
Licata finds Mishner wide open in front of the goal. Great save by Yale. And then it trickles in. Let's take a look at this. Bang. Where is it? He's bobbling it. His
Yale
own
knocked
defender
it in.
knocked it back in.
Wow.
I guess they call that an own goal in soccer. You don't see it in lacrosse very often. But the Pole was trying to scoot it to his goalie, and it just popped it into the net. We'll take it.
Mikey Alexander.
Del Barton guy every year. And some of the best players in Villanova history, the Comizio brothers, Matt Campbell, just great players have come out of Del Barton in North Jersey.
I was watching Comizio play in the PLL Championship Series. Indoors.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was going to be indoors when I heard about it.
Yeah.
And the new Women's Premier League as well. That's getting started for this season. Great to see them add the Women's League. Second quarter action as Villanova man up. They had a step down. They've been organized, little slip through, and a score for Matt Licata.
That's just a brilliant dodge inside. We talk about running by somebody. You see him face dodge there and just turn the corner, and the goalie has no chance on that. Big play by Matt Licata.
That's a 19-game point streak for the fifth year out of New England.
Just runs right by. Quick little face dodge here. This is what he was struggling with last week on the slick field. He really couldn't get his footing. For a guy that's as shifty and as quick as he is, to be able to locked in.
Yale will get the extra man. Again, a struggle last year. It was only 68th in the country when you line them up. They're much better than this. Years ago, they were awesome when Thomas Bragg led the nation in extra man goals, if you recall.
For sure. This would be a big stop for Villanova.
Just tightening things up this week, talking with Coach Corrado. There's a beautiful finish for Yale by William Sheehan.
Sheehan, the junior out of Ontario, Canada, really picks a corner there. And that they were patient. Again, they just waited and waited. Got the guy open, had his hands clear, and just let one go from about 12 yards. Really tough to stop.
So we've seen the stars for Yale. They're obviously involved like usual, but we're seeing some other dudes get involved, that's for sure.
Yeah, and it just shows you how deep they are. Pretty much just did it himself.
Some excellent athletes, obviously, for Yale in transition. 3:39 left in the first half, and Villanova's led the entire way thus far. Just as many might expect, this has been a close, competitive game many years. Each team has gotten their wins, and it's always the first game of the year for Yale. Nice move, shot on the run. That's good for Peter Moynihan.
Great sweep across the middle there. Hard shot over the top. It's covered by 16, P.J. Hewitt, the transfer from Cabrini. Just gets a little space on him. And that's a pretty wide shot from outside. Good finish.
Another big-time recruit.
That's a fair point.
But I think it will be a neutralizer. I think there are good sides to the argument. Under a minute, Villanova has it back. Wildcats have led the entire way. New players involved for Nova, but Matt Licata's a veteran.
Bang!
And he scores again! Top shelf and a beauty!
Wow, Matt Licata turns around the corner. I was about to say we should be patient here because there's only 30 seconds left. You want to get a good shot with a little bit of time. Matt Licata had a different idea about that one. He said, I'm going to take it around the corner and bang it.
He had 4 goals against Yale last season. That's his second of the day.
He is so fast coming around the corner, so athletic and so quick, and really a great finish there to put Villanova up 6-4 with 30 seconds to go in the half. What a big momentum thing that is for Villanova.
Ball game on between the Cats and the Elis. I think we've seen this episode before.
He never stops running, Matt Licata. I would love to see how many miles he logs in a lacrosse game because he runs the entire time.
Machado Rodriguez sent it right towards Trip Robinson.
Cunningham with a big pickup. You know he's going to shoot. He's a faceoff guy, and he bangs the goal. Wow, Villanova goes up 7-4 to go into halftime.
How about Ryan Cunningham? Faceoff guys can score. That's his first career goal as a Wildcat.
Wow. There was never a doubt he was going to the goal. I saw him take the turn, great face-off win, and said, I'm going to go. And sometimes defenses are reluctant to slide his face-off guys. They think they're not great shooters. He's going to pass it. Cunningham had a different idea there today. Wow, what a big goal for Villanova.
The trail check attempt by Luke Mahalik. That was interesting.
He's thinking about it. He's thinking about it. Little chap, I'm shooting. Great shot, Cunningham. Way to go.
Machado Rodriguez action we're seeing across the country. This is only week 2.
So exciting. And then another face-off violation for Yale there. Villanova gets another chance here.
Enrique Hervada, Nick Montaigne, and our great crew. As Villanova's had plenty of the ball, each team did win 5 draws in that first half. Temperature in the high 30s, overcast. There's supposed to be rain, but it's been snow flurries. Change of direction, Matt Licata. Couldn't find his footing last week because of the ice. Oh, he's ice cold in his veins.
Wow, Matt Licata, same thing we were talking about earlier. He's such a shifty player underneath. Slipped, put his hand down. Those were ones that he went in the crease in last week. This week, the ball just goes in the goal. Great play by Matt Licata. Look at how shifty he is behind the goal. Cuts back, double team, slides inside. Goalie has no chance. What a play by Matt Licata.
You saw 2 defenders approach him. The slide, the hedge came his way, and he ran past both guys.
You got to give him a lot of credit. He really struggled last week, to be honest. He had
who loses it out of bounds.
So Villanova sets up the 10-man ride here. The pressure here comes.
Boy, they're coming after it really well, and Yale recovers somehow.
Really but it's not over yet. It's really about the pressure they do at the midfield, and they're still on him. Got to get the goaltender back in the cage. He's pretty far. That's one of the risks you take.
And Yale takes advantage as that's David Anderson. Unsettled goal. Yale had trouble initially, but an easy follow-through.
They really pressure him in between the restraining lines, get it set, but you see Wilson has a tough time coming in. In the 10-man ride, the goalie covers somebody outside of the net. That's the risk. And sometimes you can find the goalie has to get pretty far.
Shorties out there for Nova.
Yeah, PJ's a great story. Played at Cabrini for 5 years. You know, was part of that program and the winning tradition they had up there. Closed the school, looking to go to grad school, came to Villanova. His father was a captain here in '86. Long history with the Villanova program with the Hewitt family. It's nice to see PJ, and he's doing a great job as a short stick D midi out there. A lot of experience, a lot of presence on the field.
And Mac Prabilski, the other D midi, he looks outstanding today.
He's playing great, and he's another Villanova story. He had 2 brothers, Owen and Luke, who played here.
Inside. Oh, that's great ball work inside as Peter Moynihan sticks it.
Late in the shot clock. Yale very patient there, moves the ball. Let's take another look.
Leo Johnson had a heck of a dime, as that's the best slick passing we've seen from the Elis all day. They start with Chris Lyons.
Pretty good defense so far. And then they find him. They're a little patient, little slip, a little coming to factor, Nick, and the field's got to be getting a little slicker.
What about the visibility?
That too is an issue, especially for the goalies, right?
More for the goalies. Spoken by a former goalie.
I feel like this is a big possession for Villanova. They really need a stop here. I think this is trending a little bit towards Yale right now, and you got to get a stop here.
Bo Kemmler, number 11, one of your new defenders for this season, new starter. Scott Mackey's a D-midi for Nova, former faceoff guy. That's Ryan Welgos. He's a pole, but they're playing him as a short stick this year. 81, rookie out of Georgetown Prep. And Yale does it again, thanks to Leo Johnson. 1-goal game.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I said there's a really big possession, and Yale again is playing very patient right now.
So we haven't seen Chris Lyons score any goals. He had 9 the last time Yale was here, but he's had a couple of assists all of a sudden. So it's 4th quarter, and that's a big stop.
Yep, that's a big stop and a big clear. You get a full fresh shot clock here. Let's see if the Cats can be patient and see if they can put a goal in.
And I think you have to feel good if you're Yale. They've outscored Villanova 3-1 on a 3-0 spurt all of a sudden. Licata, question mark, no doubt in this guy's talent.
Wow, Nick. That's exactly what Villanova needed right there. He comes around the corner, switches hands, so fast, so athletic, and buries another one. Boy, Licata, that is the player that Villanova needed right there, and he delivers.
That's his 4th goal of the afternoon. They got the pick.
It's just will and speed. He comes around left-handed, turns at the top, gets the angle, says, okay, other way. You're going to come that side? I'll go the other way. Bang. Big, big goal for Villanova right there.
So they got a pick.
See, Anthony Wilson was way out of the goal. They took a long shot. A Paul had to get in there.
And
Armstrong
Villanova
and make a play. They're still scrapping for it, trying to get a clear out of here.
Villanova got lucky there.
They got really lucky. And that's the risk, reward we're talking about. It's a risk and a reward. We find
Villanova,
Mister right in front.
fast break, and they score!
Boom!
Gavin Mister!
First goal of his career, Gavin Mister gets open, streaking towards the goal and buries the shot.
Right down the highway on Lancaster Avenue.
Look at 21 and his little brother. They're pretty happy. They're pointing back to the boys on the clear. That is a really great offensive play. 10-man ride, really a big factor today.
Boy, so entertaining. Yale didn't get a great shot on the target. Villanova's had the backup back-to-back. Now you see unsettled the other way.
Melchione makes a great feed to find a wide-open Mitchell in front of the cage at 5 yards. He is not missing that goal. Great little joke. And he,
I don't know. Villanova's defense has been organized.
for sure. And, you know, Chris Miller is just a solid defensive coordinator in college lacrosse, really one of the top guys. His defense year in, year out is one of the best in the country.
Scott Mackey, the D-Mitty for Nova. Brett Malley, the former Yale player, 27 in white, guarding his old teammates. In the middle, Yale rips it thanks to Johnny Kibe. Big-time recruit, Bob Scott Award in New York, Jamesville, DeWitt. Same high school as Brian Karalunas, the Villanova legend.
Yeah, one of those upstate kids. They breed them well up there. You see him just slip off a little bit, just get a little time and space. There's 2 white jerseys right there, but he has just enough space and gets his hands free and rips this thing, fading away. It's a nice shot.
If there's not a step year to play football.
Is he really?
This coming fall.
That's news to me. Good for him. I came to a couple of the games. He was unbelievable. He started out as the 7th ranked wide receiver, walk-on, 5th-year grad student, and ends up being a starter
touchdowns
and making big plays down the stretch in Villanova's playoff run.
Oh, that was a lot of fun to call in the fall. Here's Villanova, step down. Colin Mishner, the lefty.
15 seconds on the shot clock. Like to see another good look here. Colin just shot that one wide.
Hugh Conrad getting the start today. Played a lot late in the season. No problem, Nova. They do it again thanks to Luke Raymond.
Luke Raymond comes around the corner. What a big goal for Villanova.
Villanova's inverted the offense quite well today. How much of the weather and the factor is that with the goalie having to turn his head?
They just shoot it so well turning the corner there, Nick. Watch this. He takes the ball, next short time on the clock. You know he's going to the hoop, and he just turns the corner and buries that thing. What a great shot.
How cute. Chris.
Look at Armstrong just pressuring him. He's so good. He's got great feet, the California kid, 19.
Jack Shoemaker, as well as Bo Kemmler, providing pressure for Chris Lyons.
And Pabilski's doing a great job with that short stick, number 32. As I mentioned before, I had 2 brothers that played here.
Over and back call, so it's Villanova's ball.
This is big. Great defense by Villanova. Every possession matters.
Oh, now they can maybe go fast.
Melchione's got some numbers. He's going to shoot.
And
he scores!
Melchione puts it in. A Villanova basketball legend in his family. Now he's playing lacrosse.
Wow. LSM Melchione comes down, gets the ball in transition. I never met a long stick midi that didn't want to shoot the ball, and he's no exception.
The Del Barton tradition. Now the Poles are scoring. Villanova went fast that time. They had a highway.
Full speed. It's such a tough shot for a goalie. They're not used to seeing balls come off that long pole. They can't see it. It's hidden behind his head.
Lions are headed to Maryland next year because they still have eligibility.
Wow.
It's incredible. 6th and 7th year guys. I saw college football guys playing in their 9th year this year in the fall.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Injuries, red shirts, you name it.
COVID.
Here's Yale, off ball, step down, and a score.
That's a tough one.
That's Brad Sharp out of California. Tewaaraton watch lists, all Ivy League the last time he played a season in 2023, and they're happy to have him back.
Yeah, did he come out of the box? Because I see him streaking down the right side there.
That was my guess.
I think he did come out of the box. Let's see this play. Heads up, they find him.
Villanova winning the shot battle by 12
and he's not
today.
Really picked up, comes out of the box, downhill.
If anything, I think 5 teams from the Ivies can make it this year. They're that talented.
They're that deep, and like we talked about, a lot of these are older teams, right?
Older
because
teams.
of COVID and the rules, the way the Ivies sat out for 2 years, and other teams only sat out for 1 during COVID, which made a big deal. A lot of these guys sat out for 2 years, withdrew from school to keep playing. So they're older, mature teams.
Especially Princeton and their offense with Coulter Mackesy and Nate Kabiri.
Yeah.
And C.J. Kirst at Cornell. Here's a step down and a beauty from Max Krevsky.
The Cumberland Valley High School kid from Harrisburg, PA, just steps into that thing, and that's a big goal. As I said before, 3's a lot more than 2. Face-off here coming up is crucial.
Max
So they're very
Krevsky.
patient here. They move it around. They find Krevsky. Steps in.
1:42 left. A goal here really makes it juicy if the Elis can convert. So this might be the possession of the game, and that missed the cage. Brad Sharp missed all of last year. Not so crisp that time. Under 90 seconds to play. David Ivanchik on Chris Lyons at X. Johnny Kibe. This is maybe an opening here for Connor Gately, and now it's Yale. They get within 1. They worked it around. They found it to the wing. 1-goal game in this rivalry. You couldn't expect anything less. Last year it was a 2-goal game. 2022 a 3-goal game. Villanova won in overtime in 2018 and 2019. Chris Lyons has been, there he is. Chris Lyons on the score sheet. So Villanova has an extra player on the field the rest of regulation, unless there's another penalty that would occur. But Villanova with Nick Lucchese, super athletic guy. You want to put it in one of your faster guys' hands here in the final seconds to just run away from everybody. But you bet Stuzen, he's got a great stick. 10's coming after a big time All-American. Lucchese, is he going to shoot it? He does! The icing on the cake! And a 2-goal lead for Villanova with 6 seconds left. Most times they tell people not to shoot it, but he said, I'm going for gold. Nick Lucchese runs in and makes it a 2-goal cushion.